I'm gonna go here, and technically speaking, we're getting music. That's a good start. A bit loud though. Don't get me wrong, I like the music, so I'm not really against that. Also, pretty nice because you actually have mouse, you know, having the mouse in this menu is kind of helpful. Small things. Oh, then, since I'm actually a bit later, and I might be wondering why the fuck and what is this? Well, you don't have to wonder for long. That I'll be rather obvious after a while. It's an actual JRPG I played, well, on recommendation originally, but took me a while to get into, let's say. Mostly because I looked at it and I was like, we have, you know, the Year of the Lord 2006 or something. It was back then, and why do I want to play something that looks like it has basically Breath of Fire graphics, just a bit of an upgrade? A small one. Well, I was kinda like, meh. And, well, then I kinda bought it on a sale because I was like, okay, why not? I still have a bit of budget in my little gaming budget, and I would like to have another game, and so I bought it, and I had it sitting there for like another year or so. Still going like, meh. Well, and then came that unfortunate month where I had nothing to do because, well, that's just how work worked out. Basically, the one job ended and the other job didn't start as early as was promised, so I kinda had a, you know, a bit of a hole. And since I had nothing to do, quite literally, I ended up actually playing this on, once again, the strong recommendation of a certain email going like, play, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about all the romantic nonsense going on and all the cute characters and stuff. So I did, and honestly I was surprisingly enjoying myself quite a bit much more than I was originally anticipating, and then I found out that all the save games are in the same plot. So this is basically on Steam now, because I actually bought it on Steam because I wanted a fresh start. And apparently Steam and GOG save in the same point, which kinda then leads up to the fact that I have all of my first trial, all of my second trial, and then I have something like, my playtime is at 115 hours. As you can see, yeah, I did get a lot out of this, a lot more than I was anticipating in fun and games, and I might be wondering why the fuck even. What is it that makes this game enjoyable, apart from the fact that it's a JRPG, it coming with all the usual cliches that come along with that? Honestly, multiple things. The translation is quite superb, actually. I'm really happy with that, as far as I can tell, and as far as some people who can actually speak from reading the original, playing the original, that yes, that is a somewhat good translation. That is a huge bonus. The music is nice, it's nothing too special. Nothing I would write a whole book about or something. Probably not even as iconic as, you know, that nonsense that people feel when they listen to Final Fantasy VII's soundtrack or something, but quite pleasing, quite pleasing. The characters are nice, and what really is the nice thing about the Legend of Zelda is the, well, detail to the, well, they give. Like, you know, the NPCs, they actually have a bit of their own little lives going on. Quite a lot of detail going in that. I mean, you know, some poor fucker who had developed this game to do the job of like, okay, your job is gonna be this guy in the town area, yeah? He has a wife, he has a kid, you write a little story for it. No. Oh, sucker, but somebody has to, so. Well, since we have already lost, like, you know, quite a bit of time at this point, mostly because my internet has once again decided to fuck around instead of working properly. And well, I do like to listen to the soundtrack. It's a nice song for the background. We do want to kind of play. Now, what, to finish my little introduction, is going to happen here is we're going to play this. It's not that long, and I'm going to play the second one, because this is the first one of the Trails in the Sky series. There's actually a first chapter, the second chapter to this, which is actually the story of most of the Legend of Hero game. As far as the ones we have, that is, are set up. Basically, you have the Liberl arc, which is this one here, the Trails in the Sky. Then you have the Ereborian Empire arc, which is basically hold of Trails of Cold Steel, and technically we also have the Crossbell arc, but that is not yet translated, so it is supposed to be coming out, I think 22 fall was for the first one. So, you know, if I timed this somewhat right, we might actually be able to play them all. Then there's like, technically speaking, Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4, which are basically tying all of the arcs somewhat together. Was I trying at least? I don't know much because I haven't played them. I only have played the, this one and the first two. Mostly because, you know, time restraints. But alas, we shall work on this. But yes, this is gonna be the first one, and the plan is to look how much fun I've undergone. It kind of feels nice. It's a bit feeling of nostalgia because I actually did spend a reasonable amount of time in the game, and also I'm looking forward to it, this. I also now have to figure out how to actually present you a world full of NPCs that all have something to say and changing. With, well, my unbelievable charming voice going like, hey! I kind of was like, I could at least try to, you know, interpret things in a gendered fashion, like, you know, a bit higher for female characters. But let me say it like this, I have not stopped smoking just to get throat cancer like this. And believe you me, if I try to speak in such a high tone all the time, I'm getting throat cancer. Faster than you can say, oh my god, he's dead. So yeah, that's gonna be fun to figure out. But yeah, without much further ado, and because I've already wasted like 10 minutes of your good time, I will just go ahead and make a nice little memo to myself to actually make this introduction into a nice little highlight, so I can just point people to go like, watch this if you want to know when they are like, it's like, you know, we're in episode 20, when to search for the box fight and somebody's coming in and, can you tell me what exactly you are fucking doing? And I'm probably not gonna feel like explaining that much, so alas, without much further in the way of, let me push the start button. Now, as you all know by this point, or not maybe, because you're new, I like normal. Normal is how things are supposed to be. But there are some games that actually make a distinction where it's like, no, we have actually intentionally developed things for another difficulty setting, and everything else is, even normal is set up to be harder than it should be. But in this case, normal is where you want to be. You want to be on the average difficulty. I think, played the game on hard at some point. No, actually not. I have started playing on hard with my New Game Plus save, and I was like, this is still fucking easy, isn't it? And that's kind of where I stopped playing, so normal it should be because we're starting new. I'm not gonna play New Game Plus, this would be a bit cheap. Problem is that, of course, it's an RPG. That means I need to farm, in this case, Sepid stuff again. Also kind of reminds me that I've completely forgotten how to set up, well, that's gonna be interesting. Now people are like, well, you have over 100 hours in experience. Sure, you're good about this, aren't you? Well, shit, they're gonna be disappointed, aren't they?